May I speak with the subconscious now?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Thank you so much for coming forward. I want to ask you, why did you choose to show the lifetime that you chose, right?
So one thing that wasn't said is that the being that was being reintegrated into is the galactic mantis. And what we wanted to remind you, all of you, all of humanity, if ever we could, is that the smallest of life is still life. The experiences you have now in a human body are just as valid as the experiences of an insect. And some of you do question that.
Yeah.
Some of you are able to fight for the right of animals and yet swat away at a mosquito. And so I just wanted you to hold within your heart that thought that all life, truly all life, is just as valuable as yours.
Yeah. Thank
And I just
you.
wanted to show you
Mm-hmm.
the truth is not the right word, but the apparent effect of humans everywhere on life. For it is in fact an effect that in your forgetting that you are a co-creator, you have been a co-destroyer. And in the remembering of your sovereignty, I wish for you to hold in your heart what that might mean for those who do not have a voice that you may hear, who may not ask or beg as you are used to experiencing, those who simply are and simply respond to circumstances. Those ones are intertwined with your life just the same. Beautiful.
Thank you. Beautiful. You continue and show there another lifetime. Is that the same reason, or there's other reason you would like to share?
It is twofold. Yes, part to remind you, her, of the cyclicity of life, the aspect of time, which, when experienced through a being that has no notion of time, that has a notion of responding to cycles, but no notion of time as you have it, even though experiencing linear time as you are, or they are in the same density as you are. We wanted to show and remind you that that is all but one. In this particular example, it's easier for the human mind to grasp, for those two beings, that same speck of consciousness appears so very similar. And in fact, that speck of consciousness, if you will, is and was going through a cycle of discovery of insect life within the earthly realms. And as humans, one of the and we don't want to dismiss anything, and it's not meant to, but there's been a certain trend in humans to look at themselves as the baseline for life, and look up and out at galactic aspects of themselves, at past lives, parallel lives, at higher dimensions, and they forget to look right where they are. That may be an aspect of themselves. What was that experience as a rose, as a raspberry, as a fly? What makes them so very different and unique and separate from source, that they would be the only ones who've not experienced a lifetime as a mosquito? And it's all one. It all blends into one if we allow it to be. We wanted to remind her of that.
Wonderful. Very nice. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So now I'd like to ask about messages that are important to share with us today. What would you like to start with?
You are doing good work. You are doing good work, and you do not need to align to a particular teacher. You do not need to doubt. There is no doubting for you and for your partner. You are your very own North Star. Remember that. You are your very own North Star. There is no need to align. What you are doing by sheer being. And that is what is needed at this time. And we do not want you to ever forget that.
Beautiful. She mentioned that in the last month there was a little bit intensity. Do you want to refer to anything that was happening in the last month? Or would you like to do some healing that's appropriate for her now?
So about the last month, she's had some uncertainties about the validity of her experience, but usually we have made sure that the experiences that she's been having have been aligned with the collective experiences, for that was something she had requested in order to recognize collective consciousness, if you will. She needed that as training wheels. She needed to be able to look around and say, okay, everyone else is writing. That must mean that I am writing too. She's graduated of sorts. And so now the work that is undergoing, that she's going through, is at her own pace, which is not necessarily always the pace of the collective. How, needless to say, the collective has been and will continue to clear a lot, to clear and bring to the surface, let rise up a lot of emotions that have been anchored in deep down within bodies, within DNA even. But the wave cycles may be a little bit out of sync. And to her and to whomever you come in contact with, we would say that it is important to remember, just the same way that you were born on your very own day, and that you experienced your very first heartbreak on that very specific day that was yours alone, so do clearings work at your very own pace, in your very own unfolding. And that does not take away from the validity of the experience, and that certainly does not take away from the collective aspect of healing. For as you know very well, we will remind you again, different people will experience the same thing at different times. This idea of time is not quite as linear as you wish it to be. And so as someone like yourself experiences a wave, a cycle of clearing, so too will others, either at the very same time or in this case offset a little bit, but that collective experience of clearing still holds valid as a collective experience. See?
Beautiful. What else do you find it important to share with Naomi today?
There will be some results, some things said to her that make very little sense or that seem to contradict what it is that she is starting to hold deep beliefs in, what contradicts her understanding of truth. I would say not to worry, to just hold a curious mind and to explore. Does that resonate as truth? Is that starting to pick away at a repressed emotion or memory? Or is that simply not truth to you? And that discernment is ever so important.
Would you like to give an example? What I'm hearing here that is about discernment and her practice of finding that.
Yes, we do not wish to be too specific, or the consequences may being taken out of context may be more harmful than beneficial, but for her there might be some statements made about her health that she may question as being true or not. So her discernment and knowing deep down what a physical response may mean to her versus what a medical practitioner with a limited understanding of the entirety of her body may miss, and they may we don't want to finish that sentence, but
it's okay. It's okay. Thank you. Let's take another deep breath. And if you already talked about some healing things, I just want to take another moment to do healing work on her body and call the light beings that are assisting the healings to do a body scan and to start work on her body, on her blueprint, return it to the original blueprint, and to release any attachment or energies that are not there for the benefit of all. Release any beliefs that are not serving her anymore, any limited beliefs. If there's any cords, please release any cords that are not serving her. What from my request being done?
Sorry, can you say that again?
I'm asking what from the healing requests are being done.
Oh, yes. There's a team here. There's a team here, and they are working inside her main body cavity. There are some changes in her body right now with regards to how she integrates nourishment from food, and sometimes what happens with the physical body is that there is a sort of lag time between the first onset of the intuition that the need to change food, diet intake into simply live foods occurs, and the time at which the body catches up. And she's in the lag time whereby the change isn't as efficient, shall we say, as she'd like it to be. There's a certain deficiency in absorption of nutrients, and we are working at accelerating the transition so that her body can fully extract the nutrients needed from the foods that she feels called to eat.
Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you so much. So please continue to do the healing work that you find and appropriate for her. And I want you also to establish her now in oneness. Dissolve the ceiling, unite her in oneness. And then I would love to continue ask questions. I'm wondering if there's any collective consciousness that want to share information.
There's a sort of discussion going on as to who might come first.
Mm-hmm.
Fugitives are a higher aspect of myself, a higher self, if you will. So she will get.
Beautiful. Do you have a galactic name?
Yeah, Chris.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Can you repeat it again? So I will try to repeat it too.
Yes. Yeah. Let's make it simpler.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You can call me Mia.
Nia. Wonderful, Nia. Thank you. What would you like to share?
I'm here today for her first and then for you.
For sure.
For her, she forgets to listen through the rounds. Her curiosity is such that she explores. And in her constant discovery, she hasn't taken the time to come back to me very often. And so I just wanted to be here in this moment so that she can fully feel what it is like to be fully herself. For being fully herself means embodying me fully. So I am in this body now.
Mm-hmm.
She can learn the frequency, recognize the frequency of her own heart. But she knows it mostly. Then me coming down this way makes it all the more intense.
Wonderful. So she's getting to learn now your frequency. What else would you like to share with her?
I'm here to remind you.
Me.
all of you and her
Mm-hmm.
about time.
Mm-hmm.
Keep trying, and it keeps staying abstract. And that is very much what we expect from the third dimension. That is very much what is. However, we're here. I'm here. All of our friends, all of our guides, all loves, all of our loves. That is the key. To try one more time to get you to experience timelessness.
Mm.
For at the end of the day, timelessness is experiential. That is how you will know. And so we have been giving her glimpses, but they are so significant. Might they be fleeting moments in your mind, but these moments of timelessness, those are the moments to pay attention to. For those are the moments that help you bridge the gap between dimensions.
Mm.
And yes, meditation is indeed one of the best ways that a human can reach that state. There are others as well. There are other moments of timelessness. They exist in all of the in-between space. That time right between you falling asleep and being asleep, or waking up, those in-between moments. That time when you work against gravity and then go with gravity, when you're just suspended. Those kinds of feelings, the ones we're trying to get to, that's closest, shall we say, to timelessness in experiential form, not in cognitive form, in experiential form.
Yeah.
She's had a marker in this life, a time marker of timelessness. And there are more, is why I'm here. Because with every single one of those timeless moments is an infinite set of possibilities. For those are the moments in which you step away from that matrix, you step away from that linearity. Now, what might make you feel timeless? Yes, meditation. But most often, an easier and introduction and a dive into that concept will be in the known and comfortable forms of love. For meditation is one of the purest forms of self-love, but love towards another, love towards a brother, sister, another non-human being, that is the kind of love a human might be more comfortable giving, shall we say, or receiving, or they're more used to sending that energy outward rather than inward. And so for those who are not necessarily on a curious and active ascension path, but more so explore the 3D rounds, shall we say, that they're in their fullest possible way, they still get to tap into those timeless moments. creators are very good at tapping into them.
Yeah.
Whether they be creators of the mind, of the body, artists, or lovers even. Lovers are able to stay in moments that seem seconds, that feel hours, and vice versa. These are often written about in your texts, drawn about, written about, sung about, and those have value. Don't dismiss the human experience as being a lowly experience, but that is not true. Not true at all. And there is a great honor, a great beautiful discovery in those humans fully anchored in humanity that get to transcend their density without even knowing that that's what they are doing. And that needs to be more recognized and honored. Not everyone needs to be what we call awake. Not everyone needs to talk the talk that you are talking in order to ripple out their love and their timelessness.
Yeah. Beautiful. Yeah, I can also see it sometimes when I do those different activation journeys and I get all stressed about it and I see all the tourists just enjoying the place and I'm like, they're doing better job than me. They're enjoying it and I'm just stressed about it.
And so that's when they become your teacher, isn't that something?
Yeah, beautiful. Thank you for reminding us. Yeah.
In a minute, I just want her to take one final glance, shall we say, at what I feel like my words, and return a little bit to a different realm than this particular one.
Thank you.
Okay, we are here now.
Hi, thank you.
Yes.
I think I recognize you.
Yes, I haven't been around her. I was waiting for you.
Oh, thank you for coming forward.
Yes.
What would you like to share today?
Well, you know, what shall I say? Someone comes before me and she says all the opposite things to the things I wish to say. Shall we say? Well, maybe that is what you need to ponder upon today. See, within the span of a few minutes, somebody else is coming to tell you all the opposite things. Because you do need to meditate. I will say that again.
Okay.
Now, let's see. Why today? What is there today?
We said you were going to say opposite things, so I'm wondering.
Well, yes, saying about flowing and letting go with the flow, and I would say there is structure to be had.
Okay.
Structure is, yes, structure. Ritual. Let's talk about ritual.
Ritual. Right.
You have some rituals. Now, the thing we want to remind, it is something you know. But even the use of the word ritual brings it a place sacred for you. And that is very important. Very important. Okay, you can, all of you, Ron, you,
Yeah.
you can, in your rituals, you can start to introduce breath work.
Breath work.
Yes, yes, yes. It is a physical way to activate energies. It is one that is most powerful. It is one that is most beautiful, and it is one that you will feel tangibly is yours. Shall we say, is yours? You feel the rise within your body of the energy. You feel the rise of your power, and that is important for you now. It may not be always, but it is important as an exploration. Yes. That is all I have come here to say today.
So to introduce more breath work into the rituals, to feel the rise of the energy and to feel the power.
Yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes, you are doing deep and slow. You do fast and strong now. You do fast and strong more often. Do that. Try that. Fast and strong. Fast and strong breath, the one that makes your body feel warm.
Breath of fire.
Yes, yes. There's more. There is more. It is about
more with the mouth. Do you want to say exactly how to do it?
Yes. No. It is okay. Sorry, I have to release him. He's pretty intense.
Mm-hmm.
What he was trying to convey is that it's more about the moment at which you bring it in throughout the ritual. It seems to be, yes, breath of fire sounds pretty good, because if that's one that makes your heat rise, then that's the one for sure. There's that other one. There was something about no breathing as well, or one where you hold your breath on empty. Is that, I don't know what that one's called, but it's about it. It seems as though what he wants you to explore, or what might be worth exploring, is the physical aspect of meditation. The physical, bringing power to the body, so that the body is the one bringing in the energy healing, the one bringing in the meditation. I think it sounded as though you've been doing a really good job of it, but that you can explore doing it in different ways. Would it just be a different order if you do all those things already? It's about empowerment, I believe. It felt like it was about empowering you and your body being yours. That sounded interesting nonetheless.
Yeah.
Take that very much into the physical realm. That was what it was about, to just, again, be very physical about it. That's what he meant.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. Thank you for bringing him forward, and also for releasing him when you felt that that was too much for you. Let's take another deep breath now to release completely. I want to invite the guides to continue do the energetic works and to do the upgrades that are available now for Naomi. I'm wondering if there's any light language that will assist with the integration of all of that.
The answer is always yes. Let's begin. Ninyala oke simishlia kawaii akormilia. Yaskuneshia leo akemium kotsneshia. Nikin sikeyelia wa nosh nekilitikiwa metia. Neki mwatia istinya shnia. Kenili kao mekinia shnili kili. Imiale kwa motsia sia. Inikia moalea. Emilia komatsni kerenika o makalitiki ati. Kiti yakawa makai. What's the Amalekiri Mani to catching what everything to carry with you? So there was a what going to the guy or we are what we are, what we Semigriwa, Semigriwa, Semiar, what you want to call a Kutskunia, to Kunia, that you know, the whatever Swali, what's in one I have to question. Semigriwa, what the cow it's ya. Shmoko, of course, and the Kitini, they call it one of the gets out. So way money will go to one. I really want to go to whatever say watching what you want to know. It's more like you what's one like gets it warm, gets in, killing what's it machine, killing and what's it more what gets it what's that type of guy or continue what see wash the good one got to go together. Shy. Ne vuole che one day. She might put it what's at that I want to put it what's one of the yachts. Yeah, when it's yeah, la la. Siamo creati.
Thank you. Feel a lot of energy around my crown. Well. Now I wonder if there's any other collective that want to share information regarding the season that we have right now, the season that's coming up. We are now in the Equinox here.
Get her deeper.
Would you repeat?
Get her deeper. We're about to do something that needs her to get out of the way.
Okay. So take another deep breath. I'm going to repeat the words that allow you to go to the deepest state of relaxation.
We're always near. We are always near. We're always here. As you are hearing this now, know that we are by your side. You may not feel it in the way that you are used to feeling, but we are there. It is just a matter of attuning your frequency to us. For part of our work is to ensure that we remain as we do, that we do not interfere. So the work now becomes for you to come to us rather than us to draw frequencies to match yours. We give signs, and the signs, believe it or not, are higher dimensional signs. So in you noticing, rest assured that it is your vibration rising that enables for you to notice the signs. We would like to thank you, all of you, to thank those who have answered the call to be here at this day, on this day, at this time. For this time is special indeed, especially today. This day of perfect balance between shrinking and growing, of days between cycles of life and cycles of rest, of death, if you so will. This very special day is also a very powerful portal, for we get to decide on this very day what cycle of rest and what cycle of death we might wish to explore, or very similarly, what cycle of birth, what cycle of creation we might wish to embark upon. So yes, these days, these marker points along the path of Gaia are extremely important, for they are points of choosing, of personal and collective choosing of what particular path, what particular timeline, shall we say, you will embark upon. Now, every day, every moment, in a way, is a new portal and choice into a different outcome, a different thought, a different feel. But at this time, what is most beautiful is that many, many of you are sitting together, side by side, to choose collectively. And many of your brothers and sisters have done so already. And many will continue to do so throughout the day. And we would absolutely recognize and honor you for this beautiful coming together of such powerful co-creators to choose a timeline that gets you to where you want to go, to somewhere extremely beautiful that your souls have already explored, know deep down what it may hold for beauty it does hold. And of course, we are talking of the event, we are talking of Nova Gaia, we are talking of this ability for humans right within this very timeline, right within their very short span of life, just a few decades of life, and they can experience such a big change, such a big shift, jumping and jumping and jumping from timeline to timeline to timeline until they get back to the ones that resonate as the biggest truth, as the brightest heart, that their hearts are the most in alignment with the frequencies that are the purest in this particular universe, in this particular exploration of source energy. And so we want to say thank you. We observe from up above you, we observe from dimensions that are other than the third, right here, right beside you. And we are so honored. We are so joyful even of the choices you have made, of the places you're going towards, or you are going towards somewhere magnificent. Magnificent doesn't even begin to describe this place that we are in now, this place that you come from, that you are so very excited to pull into Mother Earth so that you can lift up all together.
Thank you. Beautiful. Is there anything else would you like to share about those coming events?
We would say now at this time that it is worth looking into on a person-per-person basis. It's a very much an ingrained thought pattern, even in those who have an understanding of their divinity and their creative powers. Very important to look into the understanding of what simplicity might mean, and where simplicity is assigned when things might actually be more complex, and vice versa. For example, being happy is something extremely simple in reality, and yet humans tend to assign it a lot of complexity. You must abide by a lot of rules and have checked a lot of check marks in order to be happy. Whereas in actual reality, it is simple. It is just tuning into your heart and breathing there. And vice versa, there's a certain it's simplified, so limited belief that the law of attraction is linear, and it's not. And so a lot of really great, powerful work can be amplified greatly if some within your circles hold the curiosity of, is this really this simple? And for some the answer will be yes, and for some the answer will be no. And it may not be what has been taught. And that is worth feeling into. And in this understanding that the inner truth may be different from the outer teachings, that sovereignty expands, and that in that very moment, your powers as the co-creator expand exponentially. They expand and go so very far. The results of the rippling of your heart outwards is just going to magnify beyond your wildest understanding and concepts. And so, this being abstract, as we always bring abstract thoughts through her, but very important nonetheless, is it because you woke up angry that you stubbed your toe? Well, maybe so, but maybe not. Is it because you resented a person from cutting you off in front of during rush hour one morning, that now you're stuck with a 3-week-long flu? Well, maybe so, but maybe not. How does it actually feel within you? Where is that line in the sand, shall we say? Or sometimes that is truth. Simple, action-reaction type of truth. But sometimes we forget in this human world that the linearity of action to reaction only holds within the 3D space. And then action to reaction outside of the bounds of time might very well mean that the action occurs in the future and the reaction is in the past. And so things, you see, get a little bit more convoluted than is usually talked about. And we would just urge that for those who are ready now to entertain that thought, that they do.
It is entertaining. Okay, I need some time on this one. Okay, but it's also, I can find some how it's also can be very helpful in releasing some of the self-anger for different behaviors that you do in the current moment that could be connected to many other things that you could imagine.
Exactly, and releasing the guilt.
Yeah.
A lot of guilt.
Yeah.
Everywhere within their bodies and their memories and their physical and outside of the physical bodies, they hold so much guilt within their auras.
Maybe you can help us release guilt. Is there anything that you can share with the collective that will help release guilt, except of this beautiful information?
Yes. We're going to do a healing because if we use words, you're just going to chuckle and roll your eyes.
Thank you.
This case, as simple as saying that it be released. Just like that.
Thank you.
Now, because that is a little bit difficult to grasp, what we will do for everyone ready, we're going to align your body with hers, etheric of course, and your partner and all those that may come across this. Everyone and anyone that is wishing, willing, and eager to let go of some of the guilt that they hold within their body. All that is needed is a deep breath at this time, closing of the eyelids. And so as you exhale, release, we will hold it for you. Now just to bounce it off a softer energy, to infill that space. A deep breath now. And allowing to release. So just think or say that. You allow that guilt to release your field now. When it is done, another deep breath. Now,
Beautiful. Thank you so much. I'm sure that will be very helpful for many.
And uses neither.
Let's take another deep breath. Release completely. Another deep breath. Double the relaxation. Deep down. Does Naomi aware about the waves that are coming?
So I think what they were saying earlier, that that I'm kind of going off a little bit at my own pace, is what I keep seeing, like just almost like an asterisk, like refer back to previous notes.
Yeah.
And it's interesting. I'm removed from that. It's almost as if I can try and see if I can tap into anything else, but from my very experience is different than most. By choice, it's a choosing.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can. Okay. Mm. Mm. So I'm just somewhere really soft and beautiful. And it's almost as if the land is soft, it's maybe not so much that. It feels really good. And it's like I know it so well.
Mm-hmm.
I know this dimension so well.
Yeah.
And in a way it's home. And it's so beautiful. It smells so good. And the light, oh, our sun doesn't hurt us or disappear from us. It's just that perfect balance. Everything is in balance.
Yeah.
I love walking barefoot. I know this place so well. And it's interesting. And I decided to to invite everyone there, to
Mm.
help everyone come there with me because I've been there so long. And so it's almost as if I'm gonna help people get on the train first.
Yeah.
Because I know where the train is headed. That's what I've chosen to do. And
Wonderful.
so at this time, there's nothing about the newness or the pace of reaching back home that I feel into, because I have made it's even more than a commitment. It is it's binding almost. Something I've given my everything to be on this timeline, this earth now as it stands, to help people go there. And I will stay here because I know there very well.
Yeah. Thank you.
And it's definitely worth going to. So I would encourage everyone who will come.
Very nice. Beautiful. And thank you for doing your work and your service here. Is there anything else that you would like to share with Naomi for closing today, before we close?
She's going to get more gifts soon. The periods of integration are a period, it's the closing of the cycle, very much like she's entering being in the northern hemisphere, she's entering a period of fall and winter, slowing down, stopping to start back up again. That cycle is occurring within her energetic body, and she's doing very well at absorbing the new energies and transmuting what needs transmuting so that they have a space to hold. Now, there's a different aspect within this ascension process, shall we say, not just the space to hold, but also the space to just become. And the space of becoming is coming after the space of grasping onto. So the doing, if you will, and then the being. And so the space of being, which is the one she's been in for the past little while, has almost reached its completion for this particular cycle, and another one will shortly begin if she allows for it to happen, or she has proven to integrate a lot of very big and very powerful energies within this body with great ease and efficacy, speed, and so on.
Mm-hmm.
Just reminding her to look forward towards the excitement of life, all that it might be.
Thank you so much. Beautiful. Very nice. And now I want to ask if there's any collectives or my guides, my higher self, want to give me a message through these wonderful channels that we have here.
In being who you are, exactly who you are, you ripple out, and at the very same time, in being who you are part of a collective yourself, part of a bigger being, if you will. With the same way that within a school system, maybe you talked about ecosystems, just the same way that one human is part of the greater being of humanity. In that very sense, you are one cell of a collective, and in everything that you do, you have our full support. When we come through you, we are with you, we are intertwined and meshed with you in a way that is so very natural that you may never fully grasp the intricacies of the different strands that make you as a human, or you as a human. You are very well tapped into all of us as souls within our greater soul, our over soul.
Mm-hmm.
And that is a beautiful thing. That is the most high discipline, purpose, most we have all find your there's no, and as you follow the breadcrumbs more and more, you will stop going not doubting, going externally to seek that which is a strand of your own self.
Mm. As you probably know, I'm always trying to do my best service and to do whatever I can do to help the collective in the ascension process. Is there any suggestions or any information that would you like to give me regarding that?
You are doing perfectly well. There is the potential for we would ask you to just keep a curious mind as to where that might lead you to. For beginning to expect an outcome because of the repetition of days and of expansion might not necessarily mean that you will always end up in the same linear direction. There may be a point at which a different kind of exploration and work may present itself to you. These are the blessings manifesting into your world. And that's all we wish to say at this time.
Oh, you just oh, but I have questions about that.
It will it will there's work you must do with the allowing. And so that is why we've said this to you without giving you more.
Okay.
For the grasping is a very human thing, and the ego needs to be at your service, not the other way around. And so as that balance, for it is a balance and for it is always being reestablished, that balance is balance that we are poking at a little bit right now. But do know that the gifts we send your way are most truly gifts, and that it is from our hearts. It is this creation from creator, from co-creation. It is always within that realm of love, of beauty, that those come your way.
Yeah.
So that your mind and your ego can rest in knowing. For the rest, there is a little bit of work to do still.
Okay. Thank you so much for all the information you shared with us today. Beautiful. Now, let me know if there's anything before we complete the session, or are we done?
We're done.
Thank you very much. I want to thank all the collectives, all the guides. I want to thank Naomi for bringing it forward. I want to take the subconscious, and I would like to ask everyone to return to where they belong and to allow the full consciousness of Naomi to return into the body